bounty program, it can encourage some to release what they work on, or to work on it, but I don't think it's really necessary. I think that the majority of people, they just want to be able to, they just enjoy the challenge, and they just want to be able to work on it, and they want to be able to get recognition for it, and they want to release something about it. Maybe not all of it, but they want to release something about it and encourage discussion and talk to like-minded people. And I think that's what the majority of people want to do. Of course, there are others, and I think that's always going to be unavoidable. It's kind of just the way it is. But I think it's always going to be that way. Piracy is never going to go away. It's just never going to go away. It's there with movies and TV shows and music, all sorts of things, and it's going to be here for this as well. And all you can do is just try to minimize it as much as you can, and get as much information as you can in order to minimize the amount of issues, and what issues are going to inevitably be there, make them so difficult to pull off or use that regular people aren't going to do it. And I think that's the balance that has happened with other industries, and I think it's going to happen here too. But it is important for companies to reach out to people like that, I think, that want to work on it, because I think some of them actually want to work with them. They may even want to work for them and find these issues and help them out. So there's a huge wealth of people there that companies really should not ignore. And I think that's where we're going. It has been difficult in my experience. I do have some experience in being threatened by companies. I can think of one time when Skylanders and Disney Infinity and those RFID related games came out. I looked into it, and I had figured out how their encryption worked, and how to use their little USB portal to simulate figures and stuff like that. And when I released intentionally crippled research, I intentionally did not release the encryption key that would let people clone their own figures and that kind of thing. My goal was just to repurpose the USB portal. I mean, there are other things you could do with it. And at the time, I thought maybe it could even be a really cheap RFID reader, tag reader, and writer. But so I released that limited code, and Activision, who made the game, actually threatened me, and I had to shut that down. I had to stop that. And so along that line, if I find a flaw in a console or a game or something, as far as I know, I don't know how to report that to them. I don't know how to interact with them. I don't know how to not seem threatening to them. And I think that's a real problem. And I hope that companies have an awareness that there are people, very, very intelligent people, that can really help them out if they will let them, and if they will make it easy for them to do so. I think it's very important. I think there needs to be a conference that focuses on the low-level aspects of, the hard, if not hardware, then really close to hardware aspects of hacking these things, because I'm not aware of any other place that you can do that. So it's good for people who join the conference and they want to talk to like-minded people, or maybe they want to just talk about things that they've worked on and get that recognition that way, and encourage discussion that way. So it's good for the people who already do this kind of stuff, and it's good for people who don't know how to do this stuff. So they come there to learn, or to get into that mindset that other people are in. I really don't think that this kind of stuff is that hard. It's not hard. It's just that sometimes some people will have inside knowledge about something, or they learned about something that you just can't learn anywhere else, and they have an advantage over other people. But really, it's not difficult. You just have to know how to do it. And I think if you talk to people face to face about how to do it, or see talks that they give, or villages, you can get some of that insight. So it's good for people who join the conference, and it's also good for companies to see what's out there, what people are talking about, what their intentions are, what their goals are, what they want to do, and what they're able to already do. I think I'm going to learn a lot. When I first heard of the conference and I looked it up, I saw people that, in my opinion, are way beyond me. I know I'm going there to learn. I'm going there to speak, but I'm also going there to learn about other things. So Nobody knows everything, and everybody has to start somewhere, and that goes for everybody. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'll learn a lot. I'll talk to a lot of people, and I think anyone else who does will too.